fuck out of here, nigga. You was fake in the hood, nigga.
Yo,
like that ass, nigga.
I think the career of Adolf Reed is over, and it's not because people give a fuck about his bullshit with the COVID stuff. I think he has finally split his own base because he let the cat out the bag. He exposed that some of his friends are actually working with Nazis. And we're not supposed to notice this left-right alliance that has been forming with these socialists. So his audience is pretty upset.
It's not so much Trump as that really shadowy, ugly underworld of ultra right wingers. I mean, neo-Nazis are, I don't even know what neo means in this case, right? But who ironically and unfortunately understand organizing, right? Much better than the posturing leftists do. So like they've got these various news services, and then there's shit like at the high end, Julius Krein, who has this new magazine called American Affairs. It's funny because he contacted me.
Oh, right, yeah.
Late in the spring about doing a book review. He's going to pay me $2,000 to do a book review. And being the person I am in my history, when I saw the name, I just assumed he was at least my age, was a Jewish neocon who was out someplace in Brooklyn with like a past that touched Partisan Review and and I mean that shit. And then I found out that he's the other kind of Julius Krein. He's from South Dakota. He's 18 years old.
Right.
And is a Nazi, basically. He went to Harvard and was a Trumper until he wasn't. And this magazine is extremely well funded by Mellon or Scape or somebody like that. And they've been fishing, right? Because they've contacted several of my friends. And they got Angela Nagel, but she got already angry. Yeah. But they were trying to publish people with reputations for being iconoclasts on the left. And it's clearly like, it's clearly a political operation that's directed towards trying to stir up shit and discord right among leftists.
So this is Adolf Reed, the man who is always diverting discussions about race, acknowledging that there's a well-oiled white supremacist political machine out there. And at the same time, he is acknowledging that they're reaching out to a lot of his friends and himself. This is causing a lot of controversy on that side, or in these little groups, because a lot of these leftists are white supremacists. They have no problem with linking up with white supremacists on the other side, as long as they could try to accomplish their goals. A lot of these academics and a lot of these spokespeople for this group, they're out here grifting. They have no problem taking money from Nazis. And because this is getting exposed by Adolf Reed, he kind of got himself in some shit.
So they've got the money to do that kind of thing. They've got the foresight and the organizational focus to do that sort of stuff. And like that's in addition to all those brown shirt types out there and the bogus news operations. Like I'm sure you've seen a million ads for the Epoch Times, I think they call it, right? It's just young, personable looking people, right? I mean, they know how to work that stuff. And my fear, and like this is back to the Labor Party connection, as Tony Mazzocchi used to say, like if we can't find something, we on our side can't find something credible to offer people who are suffering and who are going to be suffering more and more, that makes sense as an explanation of why they're suffering, and that offers some plausible route out, then far more dangerous elements in society are going to do it.
That is very funny coming from Adolf Reed. What are you offering black people, Adolf Reed? What about our suffering? I mean, like, what brand new idea are you guys bringing to us in regards to ending our suffering?
And we've defaulted on that. There's no question about that. And I also think, I mean, I had an argument like with Alex Coburn years and years ago about this. Like, he had a period in the mid-90s when he was courting the militia movement, which was like the forerunner to these clowns out there now. And he thought that, you know, we were like they were our natural brothers and so forth and so on. And I said to him, look, I mean, I can see what you're saying, but...
Wait. You can see what he's saying? Natural brothers in regards to what? What the fuck were you guys trying to do?
The fact is, like, this is... The people who have bought into that have bought into a conspiratorial ideology and a community, right? And the thing about conspiratorial ideologies, like as Chip Burley said, that the absence of evidence is proof of the depth of the conspiracy. And it's an ontological commitment. Once somebody buys into it, yeah, you might be able to, you know, win them over eventually.
See, she's not asking the right questions. Win them over to what? What is the goal of this shit? What type of brotherhood do you have with them that you don't have with other black people, Adolf Reed?
But it's like trying to drain the ocean with a teacup when the smarter focus is to try to connect with people before they succumb to the lure of that shit. And that takes us back again, you know, to getting out of Brooklyn and trying to figure out how to talk to other people.
Yeah. I mean, that to me is like the Bernie model, which is, you know, there's so much purity and condemning people,
right,
who are, you know, who are maybe like not in the militia yet, but you could see them going there.
Yeah, right.
And we do have this idea. The irony is that the purity politics is like not fighting,
right,
for,
right, yeah,
you know, like not creating an alternative to that stuff. That's a purity politics, because you're refusing to do anything to court people, and who's then going to be paying the price?
Right. No, that's a very important point. Yeah.
I'm all for courting people, but what are we courting them to? What are we trying to get them to agree with? That's the problem I have with what the fuck you motherfuckers doing. For me, you can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. I don't even need to fucking shame you. I don't need to fucking embarrass you. I don't need you to be guilty. I don't need you to fucking kiss my ass. I don't need you to even like me. But what I need at this point in time, what black Americans need right now, the descendants of American chattel slavery, need to have an understanding about reparations. That's what we need. And I can't have you motherfuckers bringing people over here telling me they are my allies, but they are going to sabotage what I fucking need.
For a period of nearly 80 years, between the Civil War and World War II, black Southerners were no longer slaves, but they were not yet free. In one of the most shameful and little-known chapters of American history, generations of black Southerners were forced to labor against their will.
If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. Should you try to pretend that I'm crazy because I want America to be saved? And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're gonna deny us the right to live?
Yeah. Welcome. The penny is taken. So deep, embedded in my spirit, so heavy, got me self-medicating like Dr. Sebi, but not with natural things that come from the earth. Man tampered with the substance to have false sins above it, so I'm drinking, drugging, thinking how will I survive in the land where my ancestors worked till they died. They looking down on my people, I'm never surprised. We accepted non-acceptance, they claim we made the divide. Like we chose to come here, they was forcing them. They didn't break when they got dropped, they wasn't porcelain. Generations of being boxed out to torturing. To this present day, somebody push us, we torturing. The water we swim in is so vast and deep. You try to swim in the shit, then you hurting your obliques. For the people who don't know, that's the muscles in your stomach. Cause off the trip alone, we all should have been gone. Where your grandparents from, the life your great granny led. I gotta ask the hard questions, cause Alex Trebek dead. If you're ahead, why is your ethnic group successful in America above Negroes? You think you're special? Take your whole ethnic group and place them in our shoes. Would they even survive? Would you even be alive? I mean, we live on the soil that my ancestors toiled. Blood splattered on the leaves, dropped into the dirt, it gave nutrients to trees. On plantations we try to run from, got caught them same trees we swung from. I'm just trying to paint a picture clearer than before. Black people whose family was here before the Civil War, and still here every other war after. Legal chattel in the United States of America. And there's a simple way to break down my lineage with slavery, then Jim Crow, and in between was peonage. And in between was peonage. And we still living it. Right.